All right, so this is our fourth quiz. You're going to take quiz number 5 on Thursday. I haven't decided if I'm going to give it to you digitally in classroom, or if I'm just going to have the sub hand out the paper one. But you'll be given quiz number 5, and I'm going to open up the review on the website on Friday. So you'll take it, and then on Friday, once everybody's actually, I'll do it Thursday after school. Once everybody's taken it, I'll open up the review so you can review it this weekend. Quiz number 4. First question. It says, boron has atomic number 5. Okay? How many valence electrons are in boron? Well, first, tell me, if boron is atomic number 5, how many protons does it have? 5. And unless I use the word ion, how many electrons does it have? 5. Same exact number, unless I use the word ion, or unless you see something like boron negative. That would mean an ion. Or boron positive. That means the electrons are changing number. But if I just say boron, it's 5 and 5. So now, all you do is you put a B for boron. The first shell can hold how many? 2. So I have 3 left. How many can the second shell hold? 8. But how many do I have left? So how many are on the second shell? 3. So 3 right there. And today we're going to go over the cheat way again on how to do it by looking at the periodic table. You'll notice, if you look at your periodic table, boron is in group 3, so it has 3 valence. Simple as that. You just look at the group number, and that'll be the valence number. So you don't even have to draw this electron diagram anymore to get that answer. Next, a compound is a chemical formula made of 2 or more what? What have we been talking about for the past 5 weeks? Elements. So a compound is made from 2 or more elements. And we learned about this in our Lego lab. A single Lego is called an atom or an element. And when you start building something with more than one Lego, okay, we call that a compound. So a compound is whenever you see more than one element. So look, if you see this, is that a compound? You just see H. Is that a compound? No, because that's one single element. Is this a compound? Yeah. Yes, because it's 2 or more elements. Is this a compound? Is that a compound? Yes, it's definitely 2 or more elements. Okay, so just keep that in mind. A compound is when you have more than one element to make something new. That's all a compound is. And we're going to be looking at that a little bit more today. Just make sure you know that definition. It's a compound is 2 or more elements that make something new. Now, we haven't really gone over this part, okay? But it's also a very important fact. So magnesium is a very flexible metal, almost like aluminum, but when you light it on fire, it lights super bright. I mean, think of Harry Potter when he does that wand and it lights his way or whatever. That's how bright magnesium shines when you give it enough energy. Oxygen is just, a gas in the air. But when you combine them, you basically make chalk, a white powder. So does the white powder mostly resemble the silvery, metally magnesium? Does the white powder resemble the clear gas oxygen, or does it resemble none of them? I mean, think about it. Does a white powder like chalk resemble a metal? No. Does the white powder, like chalk, resemble clear air? No. So does the magnesium oxide, that's what it's called, resemble either of them? No. When you make a compound, it creates something brand new that resembles nothing of what you originally had. Nothing. Completely new. And that's why we say science is the only magic in this world. You can take two things that have an identity, smash them together, and something brand new comes out of it. That's like a bird running into a cheetah, and then a car pops out of the dust. It's something you don't expect. It's something brand new. The car doesn't resemble the cheetah or the bird. Brand new. And so that's what compounds do. They create brand new things that resemble nothing of the elements by themselves. To me, that's magic. So that's the answer. Different from both magnesium and oxygen. Okay, this one should be self-explanatory. What two elements are found in the chemical symbol H2O? Which two elements are in H2O? D, hydrogen and oxygen. Those are the two elements found in H2O. What if I said this? What are the elements found in C6H12O6? Which elements are found there? Carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. If I say which elements are there, just look at the letters, look at your periodic table, that's your answer. That's all you do. If an atom is atomic number 5, so stop right there. Who knows what atomic number 5 is? What is it? Boron. Yep. How do you do that? You look at your periodic table, go to number 5, and tell me the name. I don't expect you to memorize any element. None. You get to use the periodic table on your exam. So if I say, what atom has atomic number 5? You take out the periodic table, go to number 5, and just tell me the name. What if I said, what atom has 5 protons? Go to number 5, look at the atom, and tell me the name. It's very essential you're using your periodic table on the exam. So we now know it's boron. So it has atomic number 5 and an atomic mass of 11. So on your periodic table, it would look like this. So just do your pen. How many protons does it have? 5. How many electrons does it have? 5. How many neutrons does it have? 6. Remember, 11 minus 5 equals 6. That's your answer there. 6. So how many neutrons are found in the atom? 6 is your answer. Do not put 11. The very first day we went over pen, I said the number one thing you're going to do is put 11 as neutrons. That is incorrect. Don't do it. So if you did that, you weren't listening. So open your ears and listen to me now. Do not put 11 as your neutron number. That is your mass. That's your protons and neutrons. You have to remove the protons to find out how many neutrons. A chemical reaction between oxygen and hydrogen produces what kind of matter? So you have 2 or more elements combining together. What do they form? A compound. 2 or more elements that combine together are called a compound. What if I said 2 or more substances mixed together? That'd be a mixture. Mixtures aren't combining, they're just hanging out. Okay? A compound creates something brand new. Like Kool-Aid is a mixture of sugar and water. you can always evaporate the water and get the sugar back out. Okay? But hydrogen and oxygen form water. You can't just go in there and pull out a hydrogen because they're stuck together. So make sure you know that. We're going to be talking about mixtures in unit 4 or 5 a little bit more. Which of these substances would be considered compounds? Remember, just in your brain right now, a compound is 2 or more elements. So does this one have 2 or more elements? Yes, check. Does this one? Yes. Does this one? No. Does this one? Yes. Does this one? Yes. Does this one? No. Does this one? Yes. Does this one? So how many yeses? 6. That's it. This is considered an element. This is considered an element. When there's 2 or more elements, we call that a compound. All right, and these are just throwbacks, so we're going to go through them rather quickly. The key word here is motionless. Motionless. That means if Mike is pulling on the wagon with a force of 20 newtons, so here's the wagon, and Mike is pulling on it with 20 newtons, but it doesn't move, what must the wagon be doing? Equal and opposite, pulling back at 20 newtons. As long as you have the word motionless, it's going to be equal and opposite. Equal and opposite. This is an easy one. At point Y, what time is it? 15. That's all it asks. At point Y, how much time has passed? 15 seconds. Done. That's all that question was asking. A bicyclist travels north, 30 meters north, in 3 seconds. So what equation do we use for velocity? What equation? That's not for, that's for a vector. What equation, velocity is a vector, okay, but to get the magnitude, what equation do we use? Speed. Speed equals distance over time. So it's 30 divided by 3. What do you get? There's your answer. But look, is m a speed? No. So C is incorrect. B is the correct. That is the only one with a speed and a direction. All right, so we're done. Any questions on these questions? All right, so this will be posted today. So if you want to go over quiz 1, 2, 3, and 4, they will all be linked in Google Classroom.